is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god. Sound good?
It's one thing I want to bring up, folks. I almost had a major disaster, which would have really, really fucking sucked if this had happened, and luckily I was able to avoid it, okay? What am I talking about? Travel during the holidays. I'm just going to give you guys a heads up, because I want to help you guys out if I possibly can, based off of my personal experience. Every single time in my life, my 35 years on this planet, every single time I have ever tried to travel in the month of December, alright? Ever. I've had issues, whether it was by bus, by train, by plane, any of those. There's always an issue. Something goes wrong, some bullshit, okay? I personally had an issue here where my girlfriend is going to be coming to see me this week, and we thought everything was good. We were assured everything was good, but one particular thing didn't seem right. It was just like, that doesn't sound right. This has never really happened before. Why would this happen now all of a sudden out of nowhere? I don't know, And we were thinking about just letting it go. And I was like, you know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna make a phone call. Let's make a phone call and find out what the fuck's going on, alright? Made a phone call, immediately found out that basically travel companies in the month of December try to do some tricky shit. They try. Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Every single travel company overbooks. The only travel company that probably doesn't overbook are like a private car. If you're paying hundreds to thousands of dollars for a private car, I'm pretty sure they don't overbook, alright? But everyone else, again, buses, trains, flights, they all overbook. You'll go to buy a ticket, and it'll say you have a ticket. And then next thing you know, you'll find out, oh, they overbooked. So there's a chance you could get bumped, right? Bullshit. Especially if, you're someone like me. Listen.
If my girlfriend can't show up when she's supposed to show up, what am I supposed to do? Just not work? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I took time off away from my job, which I need to do to pay my bills. Oh, now I'm going to waste a fucking day because some asshole told her she had travel reservations or whatever, and now they decide to fucking, dick around. I'm not a whiny baby.
All right. So I took matters into my own hands this morning. I made a phone call, and I basically found out that this travel place was fucking with us. Basically trying to say that, oh, there was a mistake. Oh, no. It's bullshit. Here's what they do, all right? They overbook. What do? The reason they overbook, let me explain the overbooking process. Many of you might not even understand this. What overbooking means is that if you have a particular vehicle, whether, again, it's a bus, a train, or a plane, there's a certain amount of seats on all those, right? They know how many seats are available. And when they actually have people pay to travel on these things, they will actually accept more payments than seats that there are in these vehicles. Now, at first you might say, that doesn't make any fucking sense. If if a bus has 36 seats, why would they accept 40 people to pay for those seats? Well, there's what they say they're claiming, and then there's the truth of the matter, all right? What they claim is that, this is an efficient business practice, all right? Because we do the math, and statistically we found, doing the math, that there's always a certain number of cancellations per every vehicle, no matter what. Therefore, by overbooking, we statistically prepare for those people who will cancel, and therefore, the vast majority of the time, we fill every seat, and therefore, everyone gets a seat, and we don't end up with vehicles with empty seats. It's very efficient, and everyone likes it, okay? Bullshit. That's actually not what it is.
It's greed. It's greed. Greed is massively strong. I have no fucking self-control.
It's because these companies, rather than caring about the comfort of their customers and caring about the fact that every customer who pays for travel reservations gets on a vehicle and gets there in time, they don't care about that at all. None of these actual transportation companies give a fuck. Any company who overbooks is basically saying, we don't care about you as a customer or a traveler. All we care about is our bottom line. So the reason they really overbook is to make sure that every vehicle that they operate is full of passengers and they're making maximum profit. Because let's face it, folks, if they didn't overbook, there may be potentially a time frame when all of a sudden you end up with half-empty vehicles for whatever reason. What about the dead travel times of the year, like the summer, right? Excuse me, not the summer, I screwed that up. The spring. Sometimes in the spring, for particular places, you may have half-empty planes if they didn't overbook, right? Now, the flip side of this is the holiday season. All right. During this holiday season, most people who book travel reservations end up going because they're trying to spend time with their family or friends or whatever for the holidays. So it's actually incredibly unlikely that someone who would try to book travel during the month of December would not travel. Most people would go. So overbooking in the month of December literally is butt fucking the customer.
You don't want to be butt fucked. Trust me.
Because what these travel companies do is they will lie to you. And they will say stuff like, oh, there was a glitch in the system, and therefore that's why you didn't actually get a confirmed assignment of seating on this vehicle. But now because you called us, we'll give you the seat. It's garbage. It's a complete lie. I actually found out this morning when I called, okay?
It's a scam. Cannibalism.
That this, I'm not going to name the company, but this company, that my girlfriend is traveling with, basically told her there were no seats available on the vehicle. That when she gets to the station, okay, then we'll tell you, your seat. I call and I find out, oh, it's a complete lie. That's not the case. The case is actually that they don't assign like a third of the seats in December at all. What they do is they just hope that someone fucks up and doesn't realize they don't have a seat assigned, and they put them on what's called standby. So you basically have to wait and then hope that other people don't fucking show up for this vehicle. And then if they do, you're fucked. Oh, sorry, well, if you look at your contract, it actually says when you buy a ticket for this kind of travel, you're not guaranteed to actually get on that vehicle. We have the right to bump you to an equivalent vehicle at a later time or date. And it's like, what? How the fuck is that fair? Like, I paid just like everybody else. In fact, in this particular case, it was funny because we booked the transportation before she even visited last time. And if you guys remember, the last time I had time off was early October. So this was transportation we had booked for 2.5 months. And they're going to tell us that we're on standby because of a random lottery, because they just hoped that we didn't notice that they didn't assign a seat. It's like, are you fucking retarded?
Why am I toxic?
So now you're going to fuck with me, all right? You're going to fuck with me on this? Like, come on. Now, Reggie Face 420 just made an interesting point in the stream chat. He says, well, they would lose billions of dollars per year if they didn't overbook. So unless you want more expensive tickets, you're just going to have to deal with overbooking. Wrong. Here's the deal. You're absolutely right. They would lose billions of dollars. But what should they do? Instead of putting that cost to the customer, which is not going to work because transportation is already too fucking expensive, you have to become more efficient. The reason the airline industry is in dire straits is because from the years of the 1970s throughout the late 1990s, the airline industry had a big boom.
Where everyone wanted to fly everywhere, and everything was everyone had excessive money to fly and travel on vacation. What? The mentality of a 5-year-old. Man, I'm stupid.
And so the airline industry had this giant boom, all right? Huge. The airline industry became bloated. They became oversaturated. There were too many airlines. And basically what happened was they didn't have any contingency plan in case something would happen that would all of a sudden make people not want to travel anymore. That's their fault. That's not the consumer's fault. That's their fault as a business industry that they didn't have any fucking contingency plan or any foresight that the actual business conditions could possibly change, all right? It's much like YouTube. YouTube had this big booming time when they were bringing in tons and tons of money because advertisement revenue was at an all-time high. But they had no contingency plan, right? In case advertisers realized, gee, we're not getting what we want out of our ads. Our ads are going on racist and terrorist videos. There's pedophilic comments on YouTube videos, and we don't want ads on those videos. They had no contingency plan. So the whole bottom falls out under the industry. Same thing happening on YouTube is exactly what happened to the airline industry when in 2001. Remember 9/11? Yes, after that huge terrorism attack on New York City and the World Trade Center as well as the Pentagon, right? When that happened, the entire airline industry fell apart because people didn't feel that it was safe to travel anymore. They thought, oh my God, if I fly, my plane's going to get hijacked by terrorists. And literally that year, I think they were saying flights declined by like 20 to 30%. I don't know the statistic. I just know it was like appalling. And the whole industry was not fucking ready for that at all. All right? At all. And the entire bottom fell out of the industry. And therefore, all of a sudden now, the industry was going bankrupt and can we bail them out? There were tons of mergers to try to save these airline companies.
Too bad. That's their fucking fault. That's your fault. You created the monster. You unleashed the monster. And now your complaint is, well, the monster's too powerful to control. Well, fuck you. That's your fault. I need that money. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
You know, they should have looked into the industry climate and said, if something like this catastrophic were to happen, what can we do? They didn't. They did no preparation at all. They weren't ready for it. The whole industry fell apart, all right? So, in particular, if you're talking planes, which is really the big thing where the overbooking really happens the most, even though it does still happen with buses and train, it's really planes where the problem primarily lies, okay? This is their issue. Okay, so if we don't overbook and do this horrendous practice that bumps customers routinely in December all the time from their flights and gets them to their destinations late, and everyone feels bad because now they're not there for the holidays or they're not there for their holiday celebrations or whatever, they'll lose billions of dollars. Okay, so they lose billions of dollars. So the airline industry, instead of becoming an insanely, ridiculously profitable industry, becomes an only moderately profitable industry. Oh, darn. Oh, shucks. This is the problem, is that we try to make excuses. When you say, oh, well, they're going to pass that cost on to the customer. They will, you're right. They'll raise ticket prices. Why do they raise ticket prices? So they still make ginormous fucking money and dividends on their stocks, so the rich bigwigs at the top of the fucking company can still get their $1 million payoffs. It's not because the whole company is failing. None of these companies are going completely bankrupt. It's because they want to make bajillions of dollars of fucking profit, and it's insane. It's this fucked up economy that we have in the United States, where everything's publicly traded, and everyone has to have a bottom line of a bajillion dollar fucking profit. That's the problem here, alright? That's the real problem. So, it pisses me off.
When, I almost get completely, well, I say I, but it really would have been myself and my girlfriend, almost get completely fucked up.
For something that we did months ago. Months! Okay? And now, they're trying to fuck us over. Go fuck yourself.
Why am I toxic? I'm not a whiny baby. I'm a mature adult.
So anyway, I took care of it. I basically called the travel company this morning.
And I said, I know you're lying. So, you're going to assign this, this reservation to a seat immediately. And they did. That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules, and what I say goes. This is my land.
Immediately, all of a sudden, I was told there's no way you'll get assigned a seat at the station. Okay. All of a sudden, immediately I get assigned a seat because I put up a stink. Funny how that works, right? If I didn't make the phone call this morning, tomorrow my girlfriend may have been sitting at that station being told that she's on standby and then get bumped from that, that transportation. And next thing I know, she's supposed to be here tomorrow, middle of the day, and she's not here till midnight or maybe even another day or two going by. Where the fuck is she supposed to stay? Right? Now, what are they going to do? You think they're really going to put her up in a hotel for free? Fuck no. So, that's the point I'm making is...
You got to protect yourself in this day and age. These companies are not out to help you. They're out to take your money and then say, oh, well, we already got your money. By the way, I really desperately need the money to help with my tax situation. So, hint, hint, save the house. It's gross. It's for this. It's not because... they love what they're doing. It's not because for the love of the game or because they're true gamers. It's for this. And this is what it's become. It's not about putting out a quality review. It's not about putting out a quality playthrough or a quality stream. It's about making this.
Or Nice City 10-bit Cheers. How about titties? Wait a minute. Oh my god.
I just read the word titles as titties. And I'm not a children's entertainer.
I just read the word titles as titties. I may be a little bit preoccupied with the visit of my girlfriend. I may be a tad bit She might have just sent me a nice picture today that distracted me a little bit.
Listen, I am no moral authority on anything, folks.
This might have happened. I'm not confirming it did. It might have happened, and I may have some other things on my mind. That was a pretty good, as they say, a Freudian slip of the tongue, right? That was a good one.
Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.